Hi guys. So I came across this book my friend shared with me. It's a very interesting book, first published in 1992. Other editions, I think the latest one was 2014. It's called Codependent No More by Melody Beattie or Beattie. It's something that everyone can relate to, I think, because it's talking about relationships and how people can be codependent on others. Now, this writer is, I think, a therapist or some sort of counselor or psychologist, because she deals with all these issues of partners of people who have been on substance abuse or drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, some sort of abuse. So the partners usually complain about the others drinking. So what she's saying is most of those partners have also an issue, because we used to focus on the alcoholic, right? Or the person with the obvious problem, but we don't notice the other part and what problem they have. So here she identifies it. So I'm gonna read a bit of this. I have my own other view of this codependence. It's an American author, and this is based on lifestyle and people in America. Okay, now I'm from the Middle East. I'm from Yemen. We have a totally different thing going on there. And if you talk about therapy and these circles and all these communities that help people overcome such problems, in Yemen we have something called tafrita. I don't know if it's a female gathering where a lot of women go to, and usually they talk about their issues and they share their problems, and I think that's a natural way of therapy in Yemen. A lot of people who leave Yemen actually have mental problems and depression, but once they go back to Yemen, somehow that's sorted because you're in a community where you all have problems and you all talk about it. So I don't know, I'm giving you this from my perspective. I'm sure there's different, ways of seeing that, and I'm not an expert and I haven't done research on that part, but this is just my simple view. But anyway, let me get back to the book. So I'm gonna talk about this one case she writes about. Very interesting. Patty was in her mid-30s and had been married for 11 years when she sought help from a private therapist. She had 3 children, the youngest of whom had cerebral palsy. Patty had devoted her life to being a good wife and mother. She told her therapist she loved her children, didn't regret her decision to stay home and raise them, but hated her daily routine. Before her marriage, she had many friends and hobbies, worked as a nurse, and was interested in the world around her. However, in the years following the birth of her children, particularly her handicapped child, she had lost her enthusiasm for life. She had few friends, had gained over 80 pounds, didn't know what she was feeling, and if she did, she felt guilty for feeling that way. She explained she had tried to stay active by helping her friends and doing volunteer work for various organizations, but her efforts usually resulted in feelings of ineffectiveness and resentment. She thought about returning to work, but she didn't because all I know is nursing and I'm sick of taking care of people. My family and friends think I'm a tower of strength. Good old dependable Patty, always there, always in control, always ready to help them. The truth is, Patty said, I'm falling apart very quietly, but very certainly. I've been depressed for years. I can't shake it. I cry at the drop of a hat. I don't have energy. I scream at the kids all the time. I don't have any interest in anything, at least. I feel guilty all the time about everything. I even feel guilty about coming to see you, she told the counselor. Turned off. So, point is, guys, when you're dependent on somebody else, you lose focus of what you actually enjoy. Your time is spent on focusing on how to control the other person's actions because that affects you. Yes, to a great extent, people around us affect us, but it shouldn't be to that extent where we are unhappy because the people around us are not being a certain way. So that's often what happens to codependence. So if you're feeling that way, you should read this book. It might help you because there are different types of codependence. There are those that are extremely, there are those that are not so. Some of them take years. It depends how long you've been that way or So it depends how severe your problem is. But as long as you're aware, then you might be able to break the cycle. Bye.